Good evening, Dr. Hadiza and everyone. My name is Yap Chunyi.
And I'm Malina James.
I'm Anusha Banu.
And I am Pang Mao Shen.
So today, our group will be presenting a case which occurred in England in the year of 2002, which is the well-known Soham murders. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So first of all, let me introduce some of the characters that involved in these Soham murders. So as you can see from this picture, the two little girls are the main characters of this case. Holly Wells on your left and Jessica Chapman on your right. Both of them are 10 years old and they were good friends. They live in a small city in England, which is Soham, and they study in Soham Village College. Lastly, one fun fact about them is they are a fan of Manchester United. Next, the man you see on the screen is Ian Huntley. He was born in 31st of January 1974 and he is a timid person. He worked as a caretaker in Soham Village College. Lastly is Maxine Carr, which is Ian's fiancée. She was born in the 16th of February 1977. Her occupation is a teaching assistant in the same college as Ian. So now the story begins. On 4th August 2002, Holly Wells and Jessica Chapman were enjoying a BBQ party at Jessica family home in Soham. They were dressed in a matching Manchester United football shirt, which is their favorite team. After that, they left the house to buy some sweets in the afternoon, but they never returned home. At around 8:30 p.m., Holly's parents realized that they had simply vanished and immediately called the police. Among the search party, Ian Huntley seemingly keen to help the officer to hunt for Holly and Jessica. Apart from that, Huntley also volunteered that he may be the last person to speak to the girls after they apparently walked past his house at approximately 6:15 p.m. So I will pass to my friend Pang Mao Shen to continue.
Okay, so after 13 days, two dead bodies were found by the roadside. The dead bodies have been identified and verified by the scientists and firmly confirmed that they were Holly Wells and Jessica Chapman. Okay, pictures of crime scene were taken by the police and let's have a look. Okay, so in the picture, Jessica and Holly were killed by the roadside. Next. Okay, this is Jessica's shoes. And then two razors in dustbin. Okay, so forensic scientists have found some evidence at the crime scene. The first evidence shown in the picture is a rope on the Jessica neck, and you can see in the picture, and was then sent to the laboratory to have a test, and consequently a fingerprint was found. Okay, a second and the third evidence, which are hair and the grass. The hair was tested by the forensic scientists in order to know the DNA of the hair owner. After that, the forensic botanists determined that the grass has been walked on the road for 13 days. Okay, these two shirts are the last evidence of the case. According to the pictures, it has been proven by the forensic scientists that both of the shirts were worn by Jessica and Holly on the day they got lost. Okay, in a result, all of the evidence indicate that the most suspicious person is Ian Huntley. It is due to his fingerprint on the rope and his DNA of his hair.
Alright, so the next slide is about unraveling the truth of what actually took place that evening. Ian Huntley actually invited Jessica and Holly into his house, telling them that their teacher Maxine was inside. But Maxine, Ian's fiancée, was actually away for the weekend. Once the girls entered his house, Ian murdered Holly by slamming her head onto the wall. Terrified and panicking, Jessica tried to phone her mother for help. At his trial in the Old Baileys in 2003, Ian said he tried to calm Jessica, but she was screaming that you killed her. This was when Ian strangled Jessica to death. Huntley undressed both of them and dumped them beside one another in a nearby village. The detectives estimate that the girls may have been dead by 6:46 p.m. because this was the time Jessica's mobile phone was switched off. Huntley later disposed Jessica's phone that was on his draining board into a bin at Tesco supermarket after cleaning the fingerprint on it. The next slide shows the crime scene 1. Both Holly and Jessica at Huntley's house laying dead, where Holly had a terrible head injury while Jessica was strangled with a rope. The prosecution had contended at Huntley's trial a likely sexual motive behind the murders. After 13 days, walkers found that the remains next to the dirt track on the Taftford Forest, approximately 40 miles from Soham. They had been dumped beside one another. With all the evidence and investigation that had been carried out, the police came to a conclusion that proves that Ian was the murderer of Holly Wells and Jessica Chapman. I'll pass it to Anusha now.
Okay, so the couples are actually arrested as the remains of Holly and Jessica's burnt Manchester United tops were found in Soham Village College, where Huntley was working. And the couple actually arrested half an hour before the remains were found. Okay, Ian Huntley actually was sentenced to 2 life sentences, which is actually 40 years in prison. And Maxine is actually given 3.5 years in jail for perverting the cause charges. However, she only served half the time. Carr was released on probation in May 2004 and she was given a new identity. This is because in February 2005, Maxine Carr won in conjunction enabling lifetime anonymity after she argued that her life would be in danger if the public actually discovered her identity. In the picture is actually Holly and Jessica's parents, and they released a statement after the murder that they hope the database used will mean other families don't suffer the same loss and heartbreak as they did. The new database that they're referring is actually the Police National Database. It's actually a new thing to make sure the data and information is enclosed between police only. That's all from us, and thank you so much.